Hey guys, Mr. Right here. Talk a little bit about NFL stuff, and actually specifically the Tom Brady effect. Uh, Over the years, Bill Belichick had this reputation for player evaluation, especially NFL talent. He could bring in players, turn them into superstars. So here's the question: was it Belichick or was it Brady? I think it was a combination of both. But I think Brady had this extra uh, touch, this extra finesse, this extra gave it a little bit more than what it originally was. And so what I mean by that is, how many players want to come and play with Tom Brady? There was a whole bunch. We got some of our defensive stars back this year because we got Tom Brady. Antonio Brown came on the team. Fourney came on the team. LaShawn McCoy came on the team. They all wanted to play with Tom Brady, and there were reports of other players that were wanting to do this. And then when we get into the season, we get to see our team play better. Like, the level of play improved from last year to this year. Now, granted, 30 of the 40 turnovers that we had 35 actually, I think, came from Jameis, some crap like that. But like, our team really stepped it up this year, and you heard some of the players talk about it. It's like we're playing with the GOAT. We've got to, on defense, we got to get the ball back to Tom Brady, and so it elevated their play. So here's the question: when the players that would leave the Patriots during Tom Brady's time with the Patriots, they would go to some other team, and there would be this fall off in their production level. And everybody was crediting Bill Belichick. Oh, he just knows when they're going to stop playing good, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that was half the case and not all of it. What if it was Tom Brady and his ability to motivate his teammates to play better than they could? And here's something else to go along with that. Now, I mentioned in the last video, the Patriots still went 7-9. They didn't have an offense. Like, their offense was horrible. Cam Newton had probably, I think, his worst year. It was bad. It was really bad. And they still went 7-9 because Bill Belichick can coach a defense. And they had a pretty good defense. And here's something else. They went 7-9, and they didn't have a good chunk of their superstar defensive players. Let that sink in. So, just kind of food for thought. The Brady effect. Did it affect players when they left the Patriots back in the day? And that's why we saw the fall off on their production levels that we saw. And everybody was crediting that with, Bill Belichick being the prognosticator of prognosticators, of knowing when these players were going to just turn into garbage. What if it wasn't? What if it was just they were players and he just didn't want to deal with them anymore? And then they went somewhere else and they weren't playing with Tom Brady. So they didn't get that motivational benefit to play at the higher level that they could have. Just an idea. Just an idea.